Hi everyone and welcome to Flosstube number 29. Today I have some start and finish, I have a bunch of finished objects and I have a new start. I've not touched my whips this week. Anyhow, welcome! If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It warms my heart that you want to spend some time with me. And if you're new here, hi! If you like it, please hit that subscribe button. My name is Marika, I come from Stockholm, Sweden, where I live with my boyfriend and my 2 cats, and this channel is all about cross-stitching. So yeah, this week it's been... You might see I am exhausted, I'm super tired, it's been a week. And I kind of promised to kind of tell you that kind of what's happening. However, the meeting I was supposed to have this week has been postponed. So I just need to keep on for it for a week. I might have a solution for the issue, but yeah, it's been a week. I am super exhausted. And the thing is, when I have this kind of periods where I can't really do that much, I have done everything I can, I'm just waiting, it's a wait and see game. My kind of go-to is to just dive in completely into being productive, and it works to a certain degree, and then I'm just fall off the cliff. And I fell off the cliff yesterday, but more about that kind of at the end of the video. Let's just start with all of the projects that I've been doing. So my start and finish. The first one is this. This is my May the 4th be with you below. So I had no plan on doing this. I was watching some Flosstubers. Right now I can't remember who she is. Anyhow, she was talking about her mania kind of ideas, and she was doing a lot of like different whips on different days. Project that she started in previous mania that she now brings back on their like birthday. And one of the things she had was a Star Wars related project, and she had it on the 4th of May because it's May the 4th be with you. It's a joke on May the 4th be with you. If you're not a Star Wars fan, that might not make very much sense, but in this house we're Star Wars fans. And yeah, so I made this little pillow. This is shirted by me, it's just a simple shirt, nothing special about it. I'm not gonna sell it. However, if you want it, just send me an email. I always have my email in the description down below. Just send me an email and I can send it off to you. It is not like specifically fixed and done, it's just a simple thing. What I've done though with this is kind of fun. It's stitched on a 16 count Chalkboard Aida. It's just a little piece that I had laying around after cutting down other pieces. So I'm really happy that I was able to kind of use up a little piece that probably wouldn't have been made into something otherwise. I have stitched it with the E940, which is the glow in the dark, except for the 4. I stitched that in white, and then I stitched in 4s in that little like horizontal rectangle. You can't see it in daylight, but because I'm using glow in the dark, you can sort of see it in the night time. The glow in the dark is not bright enough really for one of these kind of projects, but I know that it's there, and that is the fun thing. I did, however, do the TNH in 940, which I probably shouldn't have. I should have probably just have stitched that in white too, so that you could just see the 4s here and then be with you. But yeah, I really like it. I made it into a little pillow. This fabric that I have on the front is a fabric I picked up on a fair. It didn't have any salvage that I could read what kind of fabric it is, and I know that other fabrics I bought from the same kind of vendor, all the fabrics was older fabrics, so I don't know if you can get them out there, but I really like that they had this like wood texture. And this was, I bought 2, one warm and one like cooler brown, and I really like how this fit. And then on the back side I have like a grey with silver things on. Like, I am so pulled to these silver fabrics. They're so hard to kind of figure out what to do, especially when I do a lot of cross stitching that is like blocky and pixelated, and then like silver and gold in fine lines doesn't fit to it. But every time I see one of those fabrics, I'm like, that is what I'm gonna buy, and that is what I'm gonna buy. I'm like a little magpie. Yeah, but yeah, it's like a glittery fabric at the bottom, and that is the start and finish. So I did this in one day, the whole thing, because sometimes I'm insane. Then I have a bunch of mill hills that I've done. So the first one is the Scotch Pine Santa, which I showed you. It had some beading left and now it is done. That is Scotch Pine Santa by Mill Hill, and that is my April Santa. I really like doing this. There's so many beads. There's so many beads in this tree and everywhere on this. It's beautiful. And I really like this like beautiful pattern on that shirt. So I think the Timberline Santas is currently my favorites because they're gorgeous. Like, they're gorgeous. After I finished that one, it was like the 29th, like evening of the 29th, and I was like, yeah, what I'm gonna go now? And I didn't have a list of things to do. I could go into the winter cabin, but instead I'm like, yeah, but it's always good to kit up the mill hills, so at least I can go with them when I want to. So I kitted up the Douglas fir, and then I realized, like, sure, it is my May Santa, but I don't need to stitch it in May. I haven't set, like, I need to stitch one Santa each month. I've said I'm gonna stitch 12 Santas this year. So I started the Douglas fir Santa, which is this. He is just adorable. I also finished him. Again, there's so many beads in like the tree. He was super simple. There was a lot of bigger cross stitch areas, which made it a little bit simpler to stitch. But it's still a lot of beautiful beads in it. Like, the camera doesn't make it justice, because you have all of these beads here and they're super shiny and almost metallic-y, and I'm super in love with my Santas. So I finished that one. Again, I did take a break with the Douglas fir to finish the pillow, and then I have the spring bouquet series. All of these that I'm showing you here, I also have in my Etsy store, so if it's something you like, you can find it there. There's a link in the description. But I also have a spring bouquet series, and I have done 5 out of 6, and that is this one. He's a little cutie. I'm gonna have to hold my hand there, apparently. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus on him again. There we go. He's called Puppy Love. He has, dropping things all over the place. He has a little bit of a treasure over here. I might have tightened this slightly too much, so it kind of stands out. But he's adorable. And he is finished also. So I had 3 finishes this week, which is just insane. With that little Puppy Love, I actually went past the 30th of April, so we're now in May, and my Lent is done. I didn't buy any patterns, any threads, anything in April. Well, I did, with a little parenthesis, I did actually buy the SAL for frosted pumpkin stitchery. However, that was a already planned purchase. I was hoping they would come out in March, and also when they just release, you always get like $1 or $2 off. So I actually bought the kit this time, so I'm still waiting for the kit to come. When the kit is here, I can haul it all for you. But that was all I bought, and I talked to my friend, and we were on the same page that because this was a planned purchase and not a oh shiny, it was okay to buy it on Lent and still count it as Lent. But I passed Lent. That's awesome. But yeah. So the 1st of May, I went and bought what I really wanted, that I found out about in April, and that was the Stitches Collective Earth Day, what's it called? Fundraiser? That's the word, fundraiser. So here's the thing. I saw this, I think it was on Michelle Bendy Stitches page, because she is one of the designers that have a pattern in it. So the Stitches Collective Earth Day fundraiser, it works this way. There's a bunch of designers, actually 31 of them, who has designed either cross stitch or blackwork pieces, patterns, and they give them away for free for this fundraiser. To be able to get those 31 designs, you have to what's the word? You have to give money to a cause. They have 5 different courses that you can choose from. I chose the rainforest. My brain is not fully working because of stress, as I'm sorry. Rainforest Alliance, that's the word, and gave my money to that. I gave a little bit more than 10 bucks because I felt I needed to, but because of my situation and don't know money-wise how life is in the near future, I didn't get as big as I wanted to. But anyhow, I got big enough and I got all the patterns, and that is my whip. So by the way, if you want the Earth Day patterns, the 31 patterns, I will leave a link in the description down below. It is open until the 15th of May, so you have all the way to the 15th of May of picking these up. I had, I think, 4 or 5 patterns that I was like, these are my style, this is something I want to stitch. So I thought it was well worth it to put in the money. And also it goes to a good course. So the one that I have is Arctic Friends. This is by Flossy Fox Shop. Yes, Flossy Fox Shop. The designer is called Andrea Betts, and it's super adorable, isn't it? Just super adorable, and I'm almost done. I came here and then my whole sewing energy disappeared. This was the last thing I started, and I stitched a lot on it. But there's a few things going on, like in my life, so yeah. I didn't fully finish it, which I was hoping to. I do intend to finish this in a hoop. I want to buy a wooden hoop and paint it pink, white, to kind of just accentuate this. The fabric is a hand-dyed 18 count, so it actually measures at 19. It's soft and nice. The designer of the fabric is Chromatic Alchemy. I have no clue what the color is. I talked about this in February. I went to a retreat. It is a smaller retreat, and one of the attendees is the owner of Chromatic Alchemy. She's there as a stitcher. She's not there as a vendor, she's there as a stitcher. However, she brings a box, a big box of fabric. Those fabrics have minor flaws, so she doesn't feel comfortable selling them in our store. So we in the retreat pick them up for a slightly smaller cost. And this is one of the fabrics, and I actually have a pretty big piece of this fabric, so I have a couple of projects that I can stitch on it, and this is the first one. This is stitched in DMC, and I love it. It's so bright and beautiful, and yeah, it's so adorable. I looked at the designer and I really like her project. However, this is how my back looks, because there is so many like one stitch here and one stitch there, and I'm not super fond of having my back look like that. And also when I jump with stitches, my stitches doesn't look even. But I love her designs, so I just have to get over myself. That's just how it's gonna be. But yes, that was all my stitching. I do have some shout outs. I usually take them the first, but I forgot. They're actually as the second part in my list. I think that is why. I have 3, as usual, 3 shout outs. The first one is Curious Crafters. They are 2 sisters and also teachers, if I'm not mistaken, that live in Northern California, and they do videos together. Always nice to have people doing videos together, especially when they're very in tune with each other, like they are. They are stitching really beautiful projects. 99% of them I will never stitch, but I enjoy their spirit and their projects, and also how I see it. I get inspiration. Even though I wouldn't stitch the projects, I might get other kinds of inspiration from it. May it be fabrics or threads or something. Love their projects, love their spirit. Yeah, very nice people. The second one is Sarah's Stitcher Spot. Sarah is just this wonderful person, and she's so sweet and she's so caring, and she does so many different projects. Again, most of them is not things I would stitch, but she has this really calm energy around her, and some days you just need calm energy when you stitch, and she's magnificent. And the last one is actually a very new to me stitcher. I found her this week, and that is Cinematic Stitches. All of these will be linked in the description down below, so you don't have to remember the names. Just go into the description part and you can just click on them and they will open up. Cinematic Stitches, she writes cinematic with a 3, which also is kind of fun. I love her stitches. I love her spirit, and I love her hair because she's just the colourful as I am. As colourful as I am. So wonderful person, wonderful energy. Again, another wonderful person to follow. So yeah, that was all of my stitching today. But I thought I kind of talk to you a little about a game, because I usually don't talk about things that is outside of the stitching. And if you're just here for the stitching, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and there will be no more stitching information because I don't have any haul, because I don't have bought anything in the last couple of weeks. There should be haul coming up next week though. There should be haul. Anyhow, for you who are staying here, today I want to talk about a new game that I found. Yeah, I found a new game. So, the way my mind works, when I'm very stressed, as I am right now, you will find out next week and you'll be, yeah, we'll understand. We understand how stressed you are and why. But when I'm distressed, I have like different coping mechanism. My first coping mechanism is productive. And that has been a lot of cross stitching. Like you see, I have finished 4 projects this week, and hadn't been for me just losing the energy towards the end of the week, I would have had 5 finishes. But I can only keep up so far. When you're this stressed and you go on that extra energy, you'll come to a point where that extra energy just kind of falls off the cliff. I'm not losing my stitchy bug. It's not that. I'm not like, oh, I don't want to stitch. It's more like I need something else that is kind of mindless and breaks my mind out of everything, so that I don't continue thinking about it. Like, I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning this night and spent about an hour worrying. So yes, I'm stressed. But gaming is something that really helps me. I've been a gamer since I was a little girl. Gaming was actually the reasons why I became a developer. Nowadays I know that I don't want to work in the gaming industry. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah, like when I was 8 years old and I was playing Mario, I wanted to know, how did we actually get the character to move when you're pushing the buttons? I thought that was really interesting, and I saw some thing on TV and I was like, oh, that is what I want to do in my life. And then I had a lot of other ideas going forward, but when I was 15, 16 I started coding, and after that just how it went. But I've been gaming from like Mario 8-bit and 16-bit controllers and stuff. I like cozy gaming nowadays. Cozy gaming is games that are just cute and cuddly and farming and creative and all of those things. And there was a new game released in April I found out about it like yesterday, and I bought it and have played it like so much, and that is called Roots of Pacha. If you ever heard about Stardew Valley, it's similar to that, but not the same. If the controls and characters would have been too similar, it wouldn't have been fun. But it's a little bit like you are, it's not historical, but you are like a Stone Age person, and then as you go through and kind of get to know your clan, and you farm and you craft and you mine and all of those things, you get ideas, and the people in your clan get ideas, and you can evolve as a culture together. I really like those kind of games. This is super fun, it's super cute, it's like a pixelated game, adorable, love it. So I'm basically probably like 12 or 13 hours in, because I have been playing video games a little bit too much, but I'm taking a break right now making this video. I'm gonna edit it, get it uploaded and everything, and then I have some other things to do also. But yes, that was today's little video. It was a little bit about the same, a little bit shorter than usual. It was a lot of easy finishes and just having to live a little bit. But yeah, I will tell you more about life next week. This weekend, today is Friday, so I have a 3-day weekend as usual, and I am going to finish my stitching bags actually this weekend. I ended up setting up the binding on the first one last weekend. I didn't have time to finish the other two, so hopefully I can get that done. I also have some things I'm going to do for Krista's father. And yeah, I have a package to send out to one of you, to Anne. I haven't left my apartment for a week, so I still haven't gotten a package to send away. I'm super sorry. Because sometimes I don't leave my apartment for a week. But yes, I want to thank you so much for joining this a little bit everywhere kind of a video. And I hope you have an awesome week full of stitching and relaxations and Flosstube. And yeah, that life treats you well. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!